Welcome back. The game in Edmonton would be Dean Clark's last as head coach of the Cougars. His replacement was named on Wednesday. Penticton native Mark Holick becomes the 10th coach in Prince George Cougar history. GM Dallas Thompson had been in contact with Holick over the weekend.
Well, it's been going on for a while here. I wasn't happy before Christmas, and after Christmas, not much changed. So it's been going on for a while, but certainly things kind of accelerated here a little bit this week, and I managed to get to meet with Mark this weekend and kind of get all the details in place, and it was just a matter of making the final decision on when we were going to move forward.
And he asked if I had interest. He knew I was scouting. I was out and about, and we talked a little bit if I had any interest in getting back into coaching. And I mean, I think I did. And I mean, I enjoy scouting. I enjoyed doing that part of it and learning that part of the evaluation process for players. But at the end of the day, we talked, and then it got a little bit more serious this weekend. So happy to be here and looking forward to it.
Back in the Western Hockey League, Coach of the Year at one time with the Kootenay Ice. What can we expect from you?
Well, I mean, again, I enjoyed my time in the Western League, and I think that prepared me pretty well for the American League and the hockey part up there. To get back involved in this league was something that, I don't think you can pass it up. I think there's 22 jobs in Western Canada, and, they're pretty special, and I think it's flattering to be involved in the league. I think they do a great job. I think they prepare kids real well, and I'm happy to be part of the organization. And what I'm going to do, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think we're going to try and instill our work ethic, I guess, for lack of a better term, and certainly concentrate on our habits and try and get these guys believing in themselves. I think it's been a few years that maybe they've maybe not believed in themselves as much, and try and get these guys thinking the right way and putting their best foot forward and see what happens.
Are you an offensive, defensive coach?
I wouldn't label myself any type of coach or what style, but they're going to work. They're going to work hard. They're going to work in practice, and they're going to work in the gym. We're going to make sure that we don't leave a stone unturned. We're going to prepare ourselves, and I expect the same effort from the kids that we get from us and our staff. So everybody's going to put their boots on, and we're going to hit the ice here tomorrow running.
Dallas said you're a player's coach, but you do hold guys accountable, and if they're not, there will be consequences.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a 16-year-old son playing junior B, and I tell him the same thing. You don't get benched or scratched for playing well, playing hard. And I think that's all we can ask. And if you play hard and you're doing the things your coach has asked, you're going to be just fine. And that's the same with me here. If guys come to the rink and work hard and compete and hold each other accountable, then we're going to be fine. And I'd like to think that every team that we coach is a hard-working group, and certainly want to try and prepare our guys to be that way.
What do you know about the players here with the Cougars?
Well, a little bit. I mean, like I said, I think I've seen PG play 5 or 6 times this year in my scouting duties. So, and there's certainly good, and they do work. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. They work. There's a couple structural things that I'd probably change up a little bit, as far as maybe something in the D zone or something on your penalty kill, and when to go and when not to, and that's just a coaching feel. It's not a right way or a wrong way from anybody else. It's just the way that I like to do things, and certainly we'll see a few subtle changes, but maybe certainly we want to just make sure we're the hardest working group on the ice every night. Do
you feel there's pressure coming in? The team sitting 9th, wanting to make the playoffs, that was the goal?
Well, I think that's the goal. I mean, every team, I'm used to making the playoffs. I hope that that's our goal, and I hope that's the team's goal. Certainly it's mine, and when I talk to Dallas, that's something that we want to push for. And I don't think we want to just slide in either. I think we want to make some hay while the sun shines here, and get going. I mean, why not us? I mean, why does it have to be that way? So let's just keep pushing forward and see what happens.
Holick played in the Western Hockey League for the Saskatoon Blades from 1984 to 1987. In 1986, he was an 11th round draft pick of the Toronto Maple Leafs, 216th overall. He never played a game in the NHL, though. In 1996, he started his coaching career with the Surrey Eagles, where he was an assistant for 1 season before taking over as head coach. Next year, by the way, he would win a National Junior A Championship, the Royal Bank Cup, with South Surrey. He would spend 3 years in total with the Eagles. In between that, he coached in Alberta before landing with the Kootenay Ice from 2007 to 2010. He was then scooped up by the Anaheim Ducks farm team in Syracuse, where he was the head coach for the last 2 years. Holick's contract is for 3 years plus this season. 3 other candidates were interviewed for the position. Although Holick made it into town, he didn't get here till the second period to see his team, so he watched from the stands. Running the bench for this game would be Jason Becker, Brent Arson, and also Brock Hershey. And tough news for the Cats. They would face the top team from the East Division, the Prince Albert Raiders, making their bi-yearly visit. Mark McNeil, one of the stars for the Raiders, their captain, was on Team Canada's World Junior team this past Christmas. Last year, Prince Albert, the worst team in the Western Hockey League. The Cougars, though, were right behind them.
And Caleb Belter and Brett Rolston out killing the back half of this penalty. And now a turnover, and here comes Rolston short-handed. He's got some room. His low shot, Siemens had to shut the door, and that one almost fluttered in as Siemens got a little bit lucky on that play. And Josh Morrissey will shoot it in softly. Now a possible 2-on-1 is Drysdale trying to move it in. Gets it back! Oh, and Mengel got just enough of it with the right pad. The first good chance of the game for Prince Albert, and Drysdale was robbed by the pad of Engel. 30 seconds to go in this period. Here come the Raiders. As a good job along the wall by Bolduc, and now Milcrease flattens Daniluk as Milcrease moves it up along the right wing and gets it in deep. This is the most physical period I've seen. Now we got a fight as Michael Milcrease is dropping the gloves with Chance Braid. Milcrease landing a right, landing another right. Braid tries to swing and he hits the shoulder of Milcrease. Now Milcrease takes a right hand, trying to get his right hand free. Milcrease then lands a right hand. Milcrease trying to duck out of the way, trying to get in a little bit closer. Milcrease then trying to grab at Braid as they're still going at it. Milcrease trying to get his elbow pad off as Braid starts swinging. Left hand lands on Milcrease. Now Milcrease lands a right as they're still circling. An uppercut now by Braid. Milcrease goes down, but Michael Milcrease, an unlikely combatant for the Prince George Cougars, drops the gloves with Chance Braid. Drysdale moving it ahead, shrugs off the check of Wilson. Pass to the left wing side, Conroy, low shot kicked away by Engel, and the rebound is in front of him. Good work behind the net by the Raiders. A centering effort, and Engel with a big save off Conroy as Conroy point blank had a great chance to score. Now Fontaine behind the net, he'll find Tkach along the right wing. Tkach to Earhart along the right wing side, back to Tkach along the wall. Jordan Tkach sneaking in, backdoor pass! Jacobs was there, but he fanned on it and hit it wide. Jordan Tkach, right wing half boards, back to the point, Pachuro fans on his one-timer. Cougars are going for the one-timer, and it hasn't exactly worked so far. A number of fanned opportunities. So Earhart moves it up the left wing side. Troy Burke will try and get things set up. He'll drop for Jacobs nicely. Collins going to walk into the slot. Slot pass. Burke inching his way in, wrapping it around to the right wing side, spinning off a check. Burke leaves for Watella. Watella down low, back for Burke. He's going to creep in front Watella, shot wide. Tkach is going to hold it in along the left wing side, nicely to the left wing for Fontaine, back to the right point for Ehrhoff. Pass to the side, tipped in front, comes free to Fontaine, a shot, and that was blocked nicely by defenseman Evan Morden. Back to the point for Earhart, a drive off the post. Dallas Earhart hits the post. Up the middle, Bolduc following up, couldn't come up with it. Bolduc in on the forecheck. Jacobs finishes his hit on Ruock. Cleared along the wall, not out. Nice job by Earhart holding it in. He's going to walk in. Shot scores! Dallas Earhart does it by himself, holds the puck into the line and moves to the middle, and Earhart's third of the year gives the Cougars a 1-0 lead.
He moved in a little closer instead of having the shot from way outside. He gets into the slot and he fires it home, beating the goaltender Luke Siemens, a teammate of his last year with the Moose Jaw Warriors, so a little bit of bragging rights, but right to the middle, kicks it up to his skate, from his skate to his stick, and fires it home. Big goal for the Cats.
Dan Gibb opens himself up along the left wing side, and now he's going to skate it in. Earhart's going to shoot it in along the walls, knocked down behind the goal, cleared around the boards, not out, held in by Graywall, and now a loose puck in the near corner. Caleb Belter is going to get there first for the Cougars. Belter, nicely done along the wall, wins it back to Gibb. Gibb, wrist shot towards the goal, scores! Dan Gibb just putting a wrister on goal, through traffic, in it goes. 2 defensemen, 2 goals, 2-0.
It's been all D here tonight. All of a sudden, a game where it was a complete stalemate for a while. It's the big blue liners coming through. This time, of course, big goal from Dan Gibb.
As we've got 4 minutes and 16 seconds now remaining in this second period. Now the chance for the Raiders coming in. Morrissey scores, a backhander Josh Morrissey finding the bouncing puck in the slot. He skates in and beats Engel to the glove side. A beauty from Morrissey makes it 2-1.
Nice job by the draft-eligible 17-year-old. He's got some shifty moves. Again, lots of comparisons to Dan Hamuson. Just gets the puck, skates in gingerly, and then goes to the backhand, top cheese.
Haynes playing it nicely ahead. McKittiuk trying to spin on
Ruup's trying to fight Haynes.
Ruup wants it Haynes. I think Haynes wants it hard. No, Haynes just barrels in.
Here we go. There's going to be gloves coming off now.
Oh my goodness. Ryan Haynes, I think, is going to get the penalty
Well, actually, the referee's hand didn't go up.
And all sorts of bedlam on the ice right now as Ryan Haynes.
Haynes is going off.
He's getting shown the door here. I think the penalty is coming to Haynes, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's for charging. As out of the box comes Jacobs for Haynes. Haynes trying to get it through for Jacobs. Pass behind him. McKittiuk backhand. Oh, what a stop. As McKittiuk is stopped by Siemens.
Back with the remainder of the game after the break.